Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. Please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this video podcast with your friends, ladies and gentlemen. We ask that you do this because we want others to know that we're here. Help make this video go viral by posting this video podcast with your friends on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, and your Twitter page. Special shout out to Sister Renee, who has been working with me behind the scenes for the past 10 years. Shout out to Evangelist Martha Mumba, who assists me with managing my African group, Ghettos of Africa, and our contributors who participate on our panel. I have posted a link to our GoFundMe page below this video podcast in the comment section. I use my online talk show to interact with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups by giving Black business owners free airtime to promote their products and services. I give people in the faith community an opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and ordinary law-abiding citizens an opportunity to share their special talents and skills to my listeners from around the globe. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcast and YouTube channel to help them earn extra revenue during COVID-19. I also assist people on my friends list with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships, grants, housing, and legal services, all for free. The reason why we are hosting these monthly virtual conferences is to encourage our listeners from around the globe to support our film project. The proceeds from the film will help put me in a better position financially to hire qualified Black middle-class professionals, buy office equipment, and purchase property for our Christian business, Ghettos of Chicago, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago. Eventually, we will launch our African and Caribbean tours so that we can reconnect the diaspora with continental Africans from my African group, Ghettos of Africa. We aim to set up chapters in 10 African nations so that we can host international trade among our people. This will be a win-win for our people who are trapped in American ghettos because we can sell our films, artwork, and music to our brothers and sisters on the continent. In contrast, I will bring the best and brightest diaspora with me during our African trips to meet African entrepreneurs who will sell their products like beauty supplies, artwork, food, etc. This will also help improve the African economy because Black Americans as a collective have $1 trillion spending power. Our mission is to eradicate urban violence in Chicago through art, culture, commerce, spiritual development. We will also host African/Caribbean tours in order to reconnect the diaspora with continental Africans from my African group, Ghettos of Africa. Building Ghettos of Chicago will be beneficial for both the diaspora and continental Africans. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago will invest in Africa by assisting in building the infrastructure and building businesses development to African nations where we have chapters. We want African entrepreneurs to host international trade among Black entrepreneurs in order to help improve our inner cities. The goal is to match African entrepreneurs with Black entrepreneurs so that we can do international trade among our people and others. We will also want to match African artists with Black artists. I will lead by example. I will apply for dual citizenship in South Africa. We will set up a chapter in South Africa and 9 other African nations if they accept us. They are as follows: Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Angola, Nigeria, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and Uganda. We also plan on visiting the Caribbean nations such as the Bahamas, Barbados, Haiti, Jamaica, and Trinidad, as well as Brazil. We want to connect with the Black Caribbean nations in order to boost trade among Black America and work together as an economic unit. Truth be told, we don't value ourselves enough to want to build our own economy. Instead, a majority of us prefer to work for the man. As long as another race of people can control your economy, then it's not a sovereign nation. Before I cut and run to Africa, my assignment is to build the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago on the west side of Chicago and eventually expand to the south side of Chicago. Our goal is to work directly with single Black mothers and single Black fathers in order to help strengthen the Black family through our programs and services. At this time, I don't have a physical building. I don't have a staff. It's just me and Sister Renee. Today's topic: what's up, Black grassroots and the global African family? When will we get this film project fully funded and made? I am called by my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, to rebuild our inner cities in America, starting in Chicago, similar to that of Nehemiah, who was called by God to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. Nehemiah used qualified engineers, architects, and inventors to rebuild the new city. Likewise, I want qualified Black middle-class professionals within the United States of America who will come forth and assist me in making sure that our business will be effective and successful for years to come. Grassroots Chicago will be a multi-purpose facility. We will offer quality programs and services to our members and students in the Black community. Grassroots Chicago will operate under 7 separate functions under one roof. A social service component, a spiritual component, which will be optional for secular people, a political component, an entertainment component, an entrepreneur component, a Black media component known as New Black Voices of Media, a health and wellness component. If it was up to me, everyone on my friends list would be on board with helping us reach our goal. The facts out of 1,580 people on my Facebook friends list, only 3 people have donated to our film project. That's not cool and that's not fair. If anyone on my friends list who thinks that this is a scam, then delete me off your friends list. I'm putting my reputation on the line. I have invested 30 years of my life trying to get this Christian business up and running. My credibility is my revised book, which has been on Amazon now for 10 years, yet it is barely selling. My virtual store, which I only made $1,000. I'm grateful for that, but still, it's not enough for me to, get things popping. My online groups and this podcast. Family, it takes capital to start a business. My film project is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group here in America. Since Black America has rejected my vision and plan for the past 30 years, my business will be membership-based. Those who are not part of us, we will pray for them, show them tough love, and keep it moving. I don't want to see my members who are trapped in American ghettos living in an urban war zone. That's why through this business we will do the best that we can to help make life easier for them and provide a safe space within Grassroots Chicago. The reason why we will host African and Caribbean tours is to encourage our members to look at options about where they want to raise their family. Those of you who will be part of the film project will go down in history with me and Sister Renee. I am using GoFundMe as a crowdfunding source so that everyone knows exactly where the funds are going towards. Once we reach 200,000, then we will work on doing a movie trailer. Our goal is to raise 500,000 in order to make a quality Black empowerment film based on my revised book. Quote, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, 2nd edition. The title of the film is Hood Liberator, Made in Chicago. The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. The sequel, African Liberator, Battle Against the Colonized Mindset, will be made in South Africa. But without support from the Black grassroots and the global African family, then I'm unable to make my films, and do my job. The ball is in their hands. Why is this film needed? In this docudrama, I focus on my own life experience. We're talking about a people who have been enslaved for 246 years, then had to endure Jim Crow, convict leasing, systematic racism, and discrimination. Any type of identity have been erased from us. We have been made into consumers. We don't view ourselves as a group. Instead, many of us have become Americanized, identifying with the dominant culture. This is how Willie Lynch has affected our people. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago will assist DAS, known as Descendants of American Slaves, through healing ourselves and reconnecting with our brothers and sisters on the continent and Black immigrants in America, specifically those right here in the city of Chicago and throughout Illinois. Many of our so-called leaders have sold out to corporate interests for personal gain. We will create our own economic system within the business. This will help us to come from underneath the oppression of the global monetary cartel, which is capitalism. Mega corporations have monopolized foods and products in order to give consumers low-cost foods and products. The American beast system has stretched its arms across the world. It destroys local economies. For example, when we buy a smartphone, computer, or tablet, they all contain minerals from Africa called coltan. I found an article from Slate entitled, quote, "Blood on Your Handset," unquote. From my understanding, there's a lot of foreign companies in the Congo who exploit African children in mines. This is the other side of capitalism. I believe this is the most important issue in the 21st century. That is for Africa to reclaim its sovereignty. We have to create our own economy through infrastructure so that Black people can generate money to fund our own projects. We're not interested in symbolism. We're interested in absolute authority in Africa, period. On a domestic front, Grecaio Chicago will want to build up our community in order to make Chicago a model for other cities in America. On the international front, we want to help Africa become industrialized in order for us to have a manufacturing base in Africa. We have to understand genuine support from certain people. When we look back at what happened to the Black Panthers, many infiltrators were attending meetings acting like supporters. People like Bill O'Neill. He was portrayed as Judas in the film Judas and the Black Messiah. He was a paid informant by the FBI. Other people who infiltrated the Black Panthers was Richard Aoki, known as the Yellow Panther. We better be aware when we have ops around us. We have a strong reparation movement going on. When we focus on our goals and our culture, everything else will fall in order. These politicians are noticing that we're not supporting any candidates who's not caping for reparations. Our claim is lineage based. So the Democrats are using their shields to sabotage the narrative. We can no longer allow other groups to continue to piggyback off our struggle. When we start talking about reparations, then all of a sudden you see these political ops coming into our space trying to deflect the conversation. They tell us we should talk with people in Congress and we need lobbyists and a committee. The Biden administration is giving resources and sanctuary cities to illegal Latino immigrants, people who can't vote, yet they don't have to jump through hoops to get something done for them. All we have to do is not support them, just focus on being codified, meaning being on one accord or being in agreement with our actions. In Gurkio, Chicago, we will separate ourselves from off-code Negroes, the Pookie and Ray Rays, urban terrorists, con artists, and pedophiles. We will do this by checking everyone's paperwork, meaning once we have our business up and running in Chicago, we will conduct mandatory orientations. Everyone must sign our community pledge, pass our criminal background check, and submit their thumbprint so that we can keep tabs on who's doing what within the business. Those who have rejected my vision and plan, if I see you during an orientation, I will embarrass you. I'm just being real. Because I'm not doing all this stuff to be famous and popular. I'm just trying to help my brothers and sisters that's trapped in American ghettos starting here in Chicago. But I don't have no support. So this is how come, I got to do this film project. It is what it is. Anyone tries to change our focus will get 2 warnings. The third time, that person or person will have their photo ID, name, and address placed on our Judas list, and they will be barred for life. This is how I get down. I want to be remembered for trying to build something constructive for black youth, creating legitimate jobs for our members and students, and give our members options to where they want to raise their family. I will call each person on my panel list so that they can share their viewpoints about why we need to get this film project fully funded and popping. Once everyone has said their piece, then we will open up the phone lines through Facebook Messenger. And again, I'm going to continue to do these virtual conferences every month until we are able to raise the funds to get this film project fully funded and made. It is what it is. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm asking for all of my Christian friends that's on my friends list, that's in my groups, to please pray. If you can, please purchase that ebook. The ebook is $9.99. It's available on Amazon. That will help. But again, yes, it's going to take a miracle, and I believe that the Holy Spirit will perform a miracle on my behalf. I'm just praying that I'm alive to witness it. That's all I'm saying. Because I know it's going to come to pass. It's been hard, but I want all my members to understand that, yes, I believe that the Lord is using my life and what I'm going through, my struggle, as an example. Because I want to make sure that none of my members would never have to endure this foolishness that I had to endure. So within this business, I want to make sure that we're going to have our support systems in place so that other people that have good ideas, we're going to support you. And I'm willing to work with my group members as long as they're active in this organization. If you're going to, just be a passive spectator, then, I'm going to treat you the same way. So I'm going to give props to those that's, working with me, and that's just how it is. Things are just way worse now than it was when I was talking about this stuff during street ministry in the early 90s. So things are way worse. And again, I want to encourage people that's on my friends list. If you have, I would say, non-black friends, tell them about what I'm trying to do. Encourage them to, patronize, our film project. Because we need all hands on deck. And my story needs to be told. Again, it's in the book, but unfortunately, a lot of our people don't like to read. I have that virtual store. I'm selling items and trying to, generate capital, but like I say, it's not enough to get the ball rolling. And this is how come I do my videos. I'm trying to get my stuff out there. trying to get that positive exposure. People like all that negativity. Over here, we don't do that drama. I know that's what people like and all that kind of stuff, but right now, this is not the time. Help stop the genocide in American ghettos. I can't sugarcoat that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And people just want to, they don't want to face reality. They want to, play games and stuff. But, the things is getting worse now. Crime is getting out of hand throughout the United States. And again, I want to encourage my international friends that's on the continent and the African countries that I already named. Please encourage your family members that live abroad, that lives in Canada, Europe, and also in the United States. Tell them about me. Tell them what I'm trying to do, and encourage them to purchase my revised book, as well as encourage them to donate to our film project through our GoFundMe page. That's very important, because I want to connect with other people that's, serious movers, people that's not about games. And that's why I am online. Yes, this stuff gets very tiresome, but I'm just trying to use this technology wisely. And I thank every one of you that's, for your time. I'm trying to be mindful about that. But yes, every week, if I'm able to come up, with, look at what's going on in mainstream media, I try to apply that to what we're going through in the black community and talk about those issues. But again, I just don't want to be doing this another 30 years. It's tiresome, and I don't want to be bogged down with, trying to get people to work with me here in America. So I'm telling my brothers and sisters on the continent, I'm not putting up with this type of foolishness. When I come to Africa, I'm just going to I'm not going to even explain who I am. Just, I want you to know about my the business that I started here in America, and that will be able to help get things popping there. The work that I've done, trying to help my brothers and sisters in the inner cities. So I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have to go to Africa and have to wait 30 years to get people to work with me. I'm not going through that. Hopefully, my creator will bless me through the business, that I will be able to bring some tangible so I can hire my staff on the continent, so we can get it popping and do these international trades, among ourselves, and work with people that want to work with us. But the main thing, we want to get our house in order. We want to stop being treated like, the lowest of the lowest of all the racial groups, because God created us first. He said that in the beginning, something about, when he made Adam, he made him from the dust. The dust is, the clay is dark. It is what it is. But bottom line is that through this Christian business, this is going to help solve a lot of our problems. But again, we just got to connect with law-abiding brothers and sisters, and we're going to hold people accountable up in this type of business. And like I say, we just want to be able to pass this organization down to the next generation.